86% of our marriages fail in the NBA.
Wow, that's
86% of marriages in the NBA fail.
Wow.
So I try to focus on the other 14%.
Yeah,
but
facts.
The 86% number.
Yeah.
Now, Kyrie Irving, one of the best basketball players in the NBA. He might be the most skilled basketball player of all time. He's pretty much a genius on the basketball court. Now, when it comes to marriage, if I had to choose between 86% and 14%, based on the fact that it's such a huge disparity, I might have to go with the 86%. 14% is, whew, that's risky. That's pushing it. You down there signing up for failure, or you think you're special. Now, the thing about Kyrie Irving, he had his issues in the past when it comes to dating women. Remember Kehlani?
Kyrie Irving was in a public relationship with Kehlani when R&B artist Party Next Door posted a photo of her in his bed. She left one dark, moody superstar for another dark, moody superstar. We're sorry, Kyrie.
Hideously scarred.
Yeah, she did him dirty. But it didn't stop him from finding a wife and getting married.
That's a high number,
bro. That's a fucking high number.
That's a huge number.
Yes, 86%, bro. That means that you damn near like, if I'm getting married while I'm in the league, you damn near like, that's almost like that's a good free throw, bro. That's a good free throw percentage.
That's almost 9 out of 10.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yes. So for me, being aware of that, I have shared that with my wife, and she knows how honest I am. So I've always done my best to make sure I'm putting things in perspective and adding context for her, giving her as many details, so there isn't anything off the table that she doesn't know.
Yeah,
because trust is built that way.
Trust, communication is big, and just making that one-on-one time.
Yes.
When you got the time, I think that's super important.
Let me actually. Can somebody call Marlene, please? She called me. Sure. Remind me, I gotta call my wife.
Y'all know my stance on marriage, but I do believe if a man finds a woman that he can't live without, that's the only time a man should get married. You shouldn't marry a woman because you're in love with her. She got some good box. She looks sexy. That's not the reason to marry a woman. The only time a man should marry a woman is when he can't live without her. That's the only time. And the only way you will know if you can't live without a woman is when you can't lose her. It's a feeling inside that a man gets, and he just knows.
She don't do name brand and all that too much. Sometimes. Yeah, I see her with a real humble girl.
She likes to design her own stuff.
That's nice.
Yeah. But I knew she was the one for me when, drop those tears.
Oh.
Drop those tears over the girl you in love with, man. It changes your life forever.
Oh.
Not for sure, bro. You drop a tear over you, that was like, when you're in the doghouse and try to get out of it, and you going through, you gotta make a commitment.
Talk about her, you see how his face light up? That's
my baby. That's my baby right there.
Now, don't get it twisted. If you find a woman and you believe that she's the one, you ain't gotta marry her. Or you ain't gotta have a traditional wedding where you are doing it through the courts, because then it becomes a business. And as men, the reality in life is being a player is cool. However, a man can't truly grow being a player. You can't truly be the best version of yourself if you're messing with multiple women, because women they take your energy. So if you're dealing with more than one chick, pretty much what's going to happen, you will become a slave to all those women, and you will think that you're doing something by enjoying them sexually, but what you fail to understand, they are just taking your energy. Now, if you find a solid woman and you choose to only deal with her, what's going to happen is if she's really a good woman, she's going to help you grow. She's going to help you become the best version of yourself. But if you want to be a player and you want to keep giving all these birds your energy, you will never experience what it's like to really be the best version of yourself. So I do agree with Kyrie when he says this.
You know, laying down and being with a bunch of shorties, bro, I'm just being honest with you, man. Like, that ain't it. Like, you know, you may be a polygamist, you may go into multiple relationships, cool, but have a respect for the women. But if you building something for yourself for the long term and sustaining it, you need a good woman or a good man beside you. I don't know everybody's sexuality and stuff like that, so I'm just being gender neutral. I'm just saying that there is a moment in time where you got to look yourself in the mirror and be like, yo, the NBA won't last forever. Who the fuck am I going to be? Right? So one-on-one, by the way, as I bring it back, one-on-one helped me find myself.
That right there is key. A man finding himself. A lot of times when you see a dude out here chasing women, that's just a man who haven't found himself. And most men don't find themselves until they are in their late 30s. And most NBA players don't find themselves until they retire. And that's when their wife usually divorces them. Because look, you got to understand the life of NBA players. They live their entire lives playing basketball. In most cases, they sacrifice a social life. So they are usually not that good with women. So pretty much their money speak for them. So they don't have to learn game and learn how to interact with women because they got money, and your money will attract birds. So once the money slows down, that's when you're going to realize, like, damn, I wifed up a bird. She never really liked me. She was only here for my money. And once the money slows up, that's when a bird is going to leave you every time.
Yeah, you don't really know the woman you married. I'm from Atlanta.
Right.
If I'm playing for the Clippers, she might move with me, but I'm on the road 3-4 nights a week. I only got to deal with her for 2 nights at a time. Wow. You dig what I'm saying? I got to deal with her 2 nights at a time during the week. You know how we keep her happy? Keep sending her to the mall. That's how you keep her quiet. That's why it's okay. It's okay. I understand. It's a sacrifice. I'll stay home with the kids. Right. It's okay. You know why? Because she can shop in peace. Right. You ain't in her fucking ear. And you on the road doing whatever you doing. She ain't in your ear. Come home 2 days out that week, play family, and then you retire and you got to deal with this shit 24/7. Play house. Tough, you playing house. You on your best behavior. How about that? That's the reality. So when you get to a place where, like I said, I was single, so I'm coming home with just my crib. Let's say you don't even have kids involved, or you got a long-time girlfriend. Y'all really got to get to know each other for real. Because he's used to spending time with you, getting the fuck out of here. Right. Spending time with you, getting the fuck out of here. So how you gonna keep her happy when your keep her happy button is send her to the mall? Right. And that $500,000 check that you got last week, that ain't a $500,000 check this week. So when you come home, man, y'all don't know who y'all are.
Cold game. So imagine a basketball player leaving college, going to the NBA, getting his huge contract, and then getting married. It's not smart at all. It's not a wise decision, but for some reason, they allow it. Because most NBA players should focus on marriage after they retire. Because that's when you're going to find out if a woman is there for you or if she's there for the bag. Because you got to spend time with a woman to really know if she's the one. And like I said, the only time a man should marry a woman is when he feels like he can't live without her. Now, The thing about Kyrie that I respect, he's a very smart man. Now, he's married. He's indeed married. But he's not married the traditional way.
So when did you get married?
Oh, we don't follow tradition. Oh. So, yeah, I just want, that's why when you ask me, like, yeah, we have a celebration soon.
Because you said you were married, so I just assumed you had.
Yeah, we're married in a different way. Not traditional, like, courthouse or white dress.
Say what it is, because I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just a form of, like, relationship, a marriage, a commitment. It's just
He didn't get married through the courts. And to me, in all reality, this is the best way to go about marriage. Because that way, if she decides to leave, it's not about the money. Because you're not legally married, but y'all have a union. Whereas if you get married through the courts, you got to give a half. So Kyrie is doing it the right way, because if a woman truly loves you and she want to be with you for real, it wouldn't be about the money. And she will be okay with having a union that doesn't involve the courts. Because once you involve the court, you got to think, as a man, if your wife decides to divorce you, you got to pay her, you got to pay lawyer fees, and you got to pay the system. So think about what you'll be left with. It is what it is, man. Fellas, be wise out here and learn a thing or two from Kyrie. Facts.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. You all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.